Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Yeah, look at the weather. Yeah, it's not supposed to get any rain here until like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. But Tony and Leanne in Nevada said that they got showers last night, and that was interesting. So anyway, I'm out here. I took it easy today. Went into town and picked up a few items I needed at the grocery store. And I've got some garlic chicken wings on the barbecue right now. I just put them on, so I've got an hour before those are going to be ready. But I was looking at this, and I've got to clean all of this stuff up before the rains come. I've got to get it all moved inside. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that without stressing my back. Now, of course, you remember that the door open, I got a lot of stuff in the way to get through there. So I'm going to have to move a bunch of stuff inside and get with it. But I'm thinking about my problem with the filling the holes on the air pipe that sticks through the bottom and sucks up 2.5 inches of air into that pipe, and it goes out through the 3/8 and 5/16 holes, and it's supposed to help vaporize the oil and make it burn better by adding oxygen to the burn. And it just wasn't doing it on the second burn. So I'm going to try something. I think a soup can will fit down over the top of the inside of the pipe and block about 1/3 of the holes that are in the upper pipe. And I can put a screw in one of the holes to hold the can upward as high as I want it to. But at first I'm going to start it with it all the way down and then see how it goes. And I can reach in with a pair of tongs and raise it up and put a bolt in the hole to hold it up and see if that works better. So I'm going to do that experiment, I think, tomorrow. I can put a chair out here and sit in the chair and see what I can get going with it, get it working. And then I can move it inside the shop and maybe just do a temporary piping out the back wall so that it's ready for a burn in there, and I can go inside and work in the shop or in the garage and get some things done, because I'm not getting anything done this way. I did take off my back brace last night, and it felt really good, and I got into bed and there was no pain, and I fell asleep, and then halfway through the night I woke up to pain in my back again. So I don't know if I twisted or whatever and just irritated it without the back brace, but I'm not going to do that again tonight. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking of on this stuff. And then the other thing was I did mention about a sand battery, and I got a couple of questions about what the heck is a sand battery. All right, well, a sand battery is you take a container, a metal container, and it doesn't have to be a bottle like this. You can do it in a bucket like that, or you can do it in an old 6 quarts soup pan or something like that. And you don't even really need a cover on it to run your tests. But what you do is you fill it up with regular sand. And there's plenty of sand in the desert. And this stuff is mixed with clay. But I could always sift that through a piece of mosquito screen, and the clay dust will go through and hold the gritty sand behind. That'll stay behind. So I could do that, but on my way to the post office, there's a couple of side cutoffs off the side of the road that when the rains come, all of the rain rushes down in a big stream and carries a lot of sand with it, and it washes the sand. It washes the clay out of the sand, which drops down lower, and the sand stays on the top of those things. So I can just go down there with some buckets and a shovel and scoop off the top of it, just scrape off the top and get some sand from there. So you do is you fill your metal container up with sand. And some people say water's better. No, trust me, water will not hold heat as long as sand will. Sand holds heat a lot longer. It also takes longer to heat the sand up. So if I use this bottle, I'll make a funnel so I can pour it in there, and then I'll paint the bottle black. So when it's sitting out here in the sun, it heats up a little bit faster and better. But I'm also thinking, let's take a little walk. Hey, follow me. Come on, don't get out in front. Just follow me. Stay behind. Oh, you guys won't listen. All right. I can't move that fast. It hurts to walk fast. All right. So, you remember my old outdoor shower? That's my outdoor shower up there. Well, when I put that together, in the bottom of the black tank, I put a 12-volt water heater element. And I was going to heat hot water with my solar so that I could take hot showers. Well, once I got out here, I found out that I don't really need to heat the hot water with electrical means. I just need to paint the barrel black, and it gets plenty hot during the day, even in the wintertime. As long as the sun is hitting that barrel, that water gets pretty warm. So I'm thinking I can take that heating element right up there. I'm blurring it on you. Take that heating element out of there and put a plug in that hole in the bottom of the barrels so that I'm just using the black barrel for a hot water heater. I used to have to come here with other barrels of water and use a pump to pump it up through that pipe and into the barrel, and they're tied together with a manifold in the back, as you can see. And that would fill up my water up there. But after I put the shallow well pump in, I had water pressure going to the cabin. So as I came by underground here with my main water line, I just tied it into the shower line. So now I don't really need the barrels up there, and I've got a leak in one of those plastic fittings up there that needs to be changed. But I very seldom use this anymore because I don't need hot water, and a cold shower in the summer feels better. So I can take that indoors or just get in the tote koozie. So all I have to do is open that valve right there, and that pumps water up and fills these barrels. And then when it runs out of this pipe, I know my barrels are full. And that's all I have to do. So I don't have to pump water up anymore. That's another good thing. So that's my plan. Now my other plan is, I got this road that comes around here, and that's to make it easy for the water truck delivery guy to first go up to my tank and fill that, and then drive down through here and go down and fill the totes down by the garden house. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting the second cabin, the guest cabin, like in between this bush and that bush and back to the road, And then I can just take my scraper and scrape around the back of that bush and just put a loop road. I can go back there. I'll find a path between the bushes so I don't have to take out too many bushes. That makes a dust bowl from the when inclement weather comes, the dust devils just start kicking up. And if you got a big flat open area without bushes, they get pretty big and pretty strong and move a lot of dust around. So I'll make another cutoff on the road that goes around and ties back in behind the cabin. Then I can set that cabin up. Somebody coming up the road. Then I can set that cabin up with the front door on this side, just like I have my cabin. And the guest cabin will actually help as a wind block to my main cabin. So that's my ideas for right now. So I think I'm going to get, since I can run the drag sled scraper without having to hurt myself. It's just hook up a couple of chains to the trailer hitch and drag it around. I can drag it, come in through there, right between those two bushes, come down and turn back out and go out. And then I can make a turnaround down there, come back and come in through this way and go back out that way. And I can cut a crisscross here, and I have a pretty decent start at a leveled out area here for my guest cabin. And like I said, I've got the block for the footing, so I can get the footing laid out on that and be all ready to go when as money comes in. That's what the BAB is in the description. That's buy a block. And for those of you who missed it, what that means is you can buy a single block for $5. You can buy a dual block or a deuce for $10, or you can buy a quad, which is 4 blocks, for $20. And when I build the cabin, I'm going to paint the inside, but leave the grout line so the blocks are separated. But what I can do is, for those people that donate to help build that cabin by buying a block, I'm going to put their channel name or whatever name they want. Or one of the girls who donated said, put one of my favorite sayings on the blocks instead of her name and that stuff. So I've got one of my favorite sayings that I'm going to put on there for her, and we'll go from there. So anybody else, the PayPal account is there. If you don't want to use PayPal, let me know in the comments section, and I'll give you my mailing address. And you can send check, money order, or cash. You can send cash, wrapping it up in an old magazine page or something like that, so the money doesn't show through the envelope. Nobody knows. And I'll send you my mailing address for the old style donations. And those donations are greatly appreciated because I'm really struggling right now through this winter. We really have to get rid of Captain Crazy and his Bidenomics. It's the worst economy I can remember in all of my years. This is terrible. Gas was supposed to go down, and it went up. Ridiculous. Anyway, that looks like Virgo, or upper atmospheric rain over there. That's pretty interesting. That's not due for 5 more days. All right. So next weekend is Veterans Day. I usually don't work on Veterans Day. I honor the veterans, and I take time off. I am a veteran myself. And for all of you other veterans out there, I will honor you on those days also. So that's my plan. This will be a good place for the cabin right here. It'll help block wind on the back side of the garage and the containers. It'll also help block wind on the back of my cabin, because sometimes when the winds get really super strong and they come out of that direction, they blow that barrel off if it doesn't have any water in it, which right now it doesn't because the rains haven't come. But yeah, calm, no wind moving, turbine sitting still, and that's about it. That's it. So the sand battery, back to that real quick. So you heat up the sand through the daytime, and if I use that element in there, I can hook it up to a 100-watt solar panel, or even two 100-watt solar panels, and let that heat up all day long and heat the sand inside of the that tank I've got over there. And then at night, that sand retains the heat but releases it slowly, and you can warm a room with it. So I could actually heat that all day long and then put it inside the dog coop and have heat in the dog coop so the dogs stay warm on the deep freeze nights when it gets down in the low 20s. And I think that would be greatly appreciated by the dogs. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. And then if the experiment works, I will make a few different types of sand batteries. I have a couple of the 20-pound tanks, which are half the size of that one right there. And I can make some sand batteries out of those because the sand is free. Why not, right? And see what we can do out of that. So I will be doing an experiment on the sand battery, and I will record that and do a video on it so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll heat the thing up all through the day. I'll tell you what the daylight or the daytime temperatures are, and then we'll take it down off of the heating elements and let it go all night long and test it for temperature in the morning and see what kind of temperatures I have in the sand. So if that works right, I'm thinking of, since I could run oil all the time in the oil burner, but if I attach a couple of those smaller tanks to the side, or even some 5-gallon metal cans, attach those to the side of it to where they gather the heat from the stove burning, then cool, right? That'll be really something else. And then all night long, I can shut the burner off, and all night long, it'll keep heat in my garage, because in the garage is where my well pump is, and there's no heat in there. But it does stay a little bit warmer in there than the outside on the deep freeze nights, because it's a wood unit, not metal. And I'll tell you, inside of those metal containers gets pretty darn cold on the cold nights. So that's the plan. Let's get some experimentation going here. I'm also going to be making a earth acid battery. And, well, actually, I should call it an earth carbon acid battery. Because like a dry cell battery, they use carbon in the dry cell battery. There's no liquid in there, but the carbon helps produce electricity also. So that's because we're all carbon based, right? And electricity is natural. It exists in the earth itself. It exists in that bush. It exists in trees. It exists everywhere. So if you know how to access it, you can get electricity from anywhere on earth, right? I know, I've done it many times. So that'll be the plan. I want to thank you for joining me. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and all the way down at the bottom, don't forget to comment. This is G Bear signing off.